Hello, hello everyone! I'm finally live. I'm a bit later on this time. Just waiting for the screen to load so that I actually know I'm alive. And there we go! Welcome everyone, welcome. For those who are watching on YouTube, I will be doing a live stream of this, so if you want to actually join in on the live streams, you can go down to the description. There'll be a link to join a Facebook group where we do these live streams every single week on Sundays at 3 PM UK time. So yeah. I'm a little bit later on because I was doing some stuff and literally forgot. I lost track of time because for some reason time just flew by when I was busy, but you know, I've been waiting and waiting to do this live stream since 12. So when I finally got myself busy, time just flew by and I completely forgot. So I'm here now. Here now. Gotta make sure my microphone is actually working. Because that's always the trouble with this microphone. I have to check it. Each time. Because I'm afraid it doesn't work and then no one can hear me. Because that won't be good. I had to turn my main light on because it's very, very dark. Like, very, very dark. So it's a bit better now, hopefully. Lighting wise, because when I had my light off, it was dark as hell. And I don't really fancy closing the curtains at the moment because it's only 3 o'clock. It's not like it's 6 or anything like that. That is my old live stream. Where's my new one? There we go. I have to make sure I'm actually hearable. There we go, okay. I can hear myself. There you go. Okay, so Tarantula live stream, let's go. Okay, so unfortunately, like at last live stream, I said that this was going to be a tarantula feeding. Unfortunately, it's not. I don't have the crickets for this week to feed Asterix, but instead, I have done a little upgrade for her. Her new enclosure has not shown up yet, but I have added a lot more subsidy to her enclosure. This is her enclosure. If you have been here before and you've seen Ashley's old enclosure and you've seen how it looked and all that kind of stuff, you would know this is a lot more substrate than I originally gave her. Because obviously when I originally had her, she was very, 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 very tiny. And so she just stayed in it, and she molted a few times in here as well, so I decided that I wanted to give her a little more substrate. And she is absolutely loving the life. She has two cardboard, not cardboard, but how do you say it? How do you say this? Cardboard? Cardboard. I say it in a really strange way, but that's because I'm not really used to saying it. But she has 2 wood pieces in here. One is on the other side here, and then the other side here. But look at her. She is like, she's dug down. Like, she isn't really much of a burrower, but she's definitely, reflection, go away. She's definitely made some arrangements here, and it looks absolutely amazing. Like, at first when I put her in, I thought that I was putting too much substrate, and I thought that she had no room to actually breathe, but she does. She's been doing really great. Obviously when she had less substrate, she was more on the sides and more at the top of the lid than usual, than what her species is supposed to be. Her species is a burrowing species, so of course her being at the top of the enclosure like an burrow, I think, if that's what they're called, it's a bit unusual, but you know, I kind of thought it was a personality. But now that I've given her more substrate, she has not stayed on the sides at all. She hasn't been on top of the lid. She hasn't done anything like that. She's stayed on the ground, which I think is a sign that she feels a lot more comfortable in here. Like, she's got lots more substrate. Okay, like her burrow is down there under the cardboard. She's on top of it right now. Like, I think that she is absolutely loving this. Like, she's in her own zone. The only problem I have with this now is the fact that she's up closer to the lid. So if I take it off, she might bolt out. It's very possible now, and that's the only thing that's really scary to me. But other than that, the only time I need to open it is when I put water in there. And to be honest, I could just spray water through the holes. That's an idea, to be honest. I didn't really think about that before. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Probably because the rest of the water would go everywhere else rather than the holes. But that's definitely an idea. But since I can still put any crickets in there, just plop them in, like, it shouldn't be any issues, really. And I think that's a lot easier it's a lot better as well for her. Like, she's got so much burrowing spaces, and it's enough room for her to be in there even when she molts again. So I am really, really glad about that, because I was kind of worried if she molts, there isn't going to be enough substrate in there. But now there's so much more substrate in there, she should be in her own element when she molts again, because she'll have the underground space as well. So even if a tarantula is in a small like enclosure like that, if they have enough space at the bottom to go to, they can just stay like that. They can stand upwards, kind of like that. It's enough space. But of course, because she had less substrate, it was harder for her because she just didn't have that space. And now I'm so glad that she's able to get it now. She's gladly got it. She's happy and content with it. Doing all right. I absolutely love it. But unfortunately, I don't have the crickets today. Hopefully next week probably we'll do the crickets, get them fed. The other spider is still over there. I haven't done anything new with that one. I did mist down her enclosure before I put her in. Trying to rehouse her was the scariest part of all. Like, it was terrifying. Like, you have no idea when, like, if I can remember correctly, I had a big container, which I used to put the crickets in. But obviously my own wall dead, so I just used that, and I was like, okay, you know what, there's no crickets in here, so I'm just going to use it for a bit. I put her enclosure in there, put another enclosure in there, and then I tipped the enclosure upside down, very carefully and gently, and she went onto the lid. I was like, great, she's on the lid. I was like, now how do I move her from the top of the lid to the other enclosure lid? That was my freaky part, because I was afraid if I was going to move it that she was going to fall off the lid. And that was my scariest part of all. So what I did is I rotated the enclosure a bit with her on the lid, and she did not move an inch. So I was kind of like, okay, she's pretty stable there. Maybe if I move the lid just like onto the other enclosure like that, she'll be fine. It took me a bit of courage, but I did it, and I was really proud of myself afterwards. So I'm glad I did that. I did it off streaming and recording because it was in the moment where I felt like it had to be done, and also my family showed up right after I did it, so it's probably best that I didn't do a live stream or a video because they probably would have ruined it. So yeah. But yeah, she's happy and content here. She's moved it around a lot more in here. Like, she's so happy. She is just happy as it could be. I've seen her move around the substrate. Like, she's made her own little burrow down here, and it's just so cool. I think I can see a lot more of her in how do I say this? Development. There you go. I can see a lot more of her development, and it's just amazing. Like, she's still so tiny compared to everything, but she is still like the big tarantula in the house, you know, and it's just adorable. Also, I have realized that today is Valentine's Day. I just realized that. So I want to say a big happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, with your date or not. Just love yourself, be there for yourself, and yeah, enjoy the day like it's any other. Just be there and have fun. I think that's a great little thing to do. But yeah, this is Asterix. This is her little home now, her little update. Yeah, I'm so glad that she got it. Hopefully enclosure does show up soon, and then I'll have a heart attack rehousing that one. Because I already had a heart attack rehousing her into this enclosure. Like, that was a heart attack itself. The enclosure, her new enclosure, is not any bigger. It's just the same one, but a different one. Because I had multiple of the same ones. And it's just the same one, but it's just a different one. So I put her into that one, which was a lot easier. So what I did, I put the substrate in, which is coconut fiber. I know a lot of other tarantula people said that coconut fiber is great, but then when they get used to it over a while, obviously when you have tarantulas, like let's say you've had your tarantula in there for like 2 years, and you haven't changed the substrate out, it gets a bit hardened, and I understand that, but obviously I don't have a tarantula in here for like 2 years. I don't have that, so I think she's doing fine. Coconut fiber has been doing fine for me so far, but yeah, I know a lot of other people who have tarantulas say that coconut fiber after some time just doesn't work out, but that's you know, each on their own. I prefer coconut fiber until I finally get bored of it, but you know, it works for me. So right now I put coconut fiber, and then I put some of the cardbrooks in there, 2 of them, one smaller, one bigger, and I just hid them under the ground just a tiny bit, just so that she could dig down a bit extra and find it, because I really badly wanted her to dig down to it, I didn't want it to be on the top, because last time I did that, it was on the top, and it was really, it was loose, and I was afraid that when I moved the enclosure that it would fall on her, and that's something I don't want to deal with. So I put it under the ground, I put some substrate over it, and it kept it in place, thank goodness. And she's found it, she's gone digging around it, she's absolutely enjoying it, and I'm so glad that she is. Like, it's amazing. Yeah, she's happy and content in there, and it's absolutely lovely. So yeah, I might actually do that water trick with the holes in the top, to be honest. It seems like a great trick. But yeah, unfortunately no feeding today. I'm gonna have to do that next week. Maybe I'll do a special video for that, because I know that she probably needs food. She hasn't molted yet, but I do definitely want to try and get her food in her, just in case she needs it, because I know with the Brazilian black, if they aren't in pre-molt and still need eating, then I don't know how long they can survive without food, and that's like the trickiest part about it all. So I might do a special little video for that or something on Wednesday, just to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, I'll definitely order those crickets soon, because it's important, and yeah, it's been difficult. Hopefully though, she's been doing absolutely great though here. She's absolutely adorable. I can't wait to like get her new enclosure, which should show up soon. It has like plants in it as well, and it comes with a water dish. It's just so nice, and I want to decorate it and all that kind of stuff. I know I said before that I don't really like water dishes, especially with a sling. But of course, I'm probably not going to use the water dish for a water dish. I'm probably going to use it for just like decoration. Like just put it in there, like she can hide under it or anything like that, or anything. I think it'd be a nice addition. So yeah, because obviously she is so small. I don't want to risk losing her into drowning, because there have actually been adult tarantulas, mature ones even, and they have drowned themselves. So it's not a good idea. But of course, if you know your tarantula very well and you've made sure, like, yeah, they're used to it, it's fine. But of course, you know, water dishes are actually very, 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 very important, especially if you're going on a trip and you can't like spray down the enclosure every once in a while, and you can get someone to look after your tarantula for you. Give a water dish; it would definitely help. But yeah, I'm here every day with my tarantula, so I don't really have to worry about a water dish, and she's too young for one, in my opinion. So yeah, she's doing great. She's doing absolutely great. Kind of thinking about new ideas what to do with her old enclosure. Her main one that she was supposed to go into when she grows up, because I don't really like that one anymore. I've kind of gotten the idea of like how it's not suitable in a way. Everything's good about it besides the lid, and the lid part is what makes me irritated. Also, I realized that sometimes tarantula can bite through mesh, and it has a little bit of mesh on the side of the enclosure, which is kind of concerning, but it shouldn't be a problem if she doesn't actually bite through it, but she probably can, if she really wanted to. And so that's why I'm kind of deciding what else can I do with the tank that I have, the enclosure that I have for her. I'm trying to think of what I can do with it, like different things and all that kind of stuff. It's a very big one, so I can probably just divide it into like 4 little enclosures themselves, which is probably an idea that we could do. But yeah, that's it for this live stream. I think I have nothing else to say. No feeding today, because obviously I don't have the crickets. But yeah, I think that'll be it, because you've seen Ashley, you've seen her little updated enclosure. Hopefully our new enclosure will show up soon, but this is kind of like the temporary solution that I had. Even though it gave me a heart attack, don't be wrong, I had a heart attack and a half trying to deal with this. But yeah, she's looking much better in this enclosure with all the substrate and stuff like that. It looks very nice, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, she's just chilling here. Like she's so much more active. Like she's absolutely adorable. Right now she's staying still because I'm moving the enclosure around. She doesn't want to be like spooked or anything like that, which is understandable. But you know, she's doing so much greater, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I can't wait until she digs all the way down to the bottom, because that'll be amazing. It'll be like viewing a ant's nest. You know, you can see all the like little patterns. Oh gosh, I broke that. Sorry. I accidentally hit the enclosure and she moved. That's when she moved. But yeah, it would be amazing to see that, like all like the little pathings and stuff. Thank you. Yeah, I was a little bit late today because I got so wrapped up and stuff. I forgot the time. I've been waiting since 12, and when I finally got something to do, I got busy, and then I lost track of time. So that's why I'm a little bit later. A little bit late. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. One day, though, I will be showcasing all of my pets in one video, because I would love to be able to do that. Because, like, I have a gerbil, I have a tarantula, and I have a cat. But there are other animals in my house that I can make a video of, and I think that would be really, really nice to do. Like, introduce all the pets that I have and stuff. I just really need a camera to do that with, because I don't think I can do it with my computer. Because, one, my computer is the only thing I have, and I can't risk breaking it when going around the house. But once I get a camera, that's good enough. I'll definitely do that, because I think it'll be really, really awesome. It'll be absolutely amazing. So, yeah. I think that's a good idea. Also, I talked to my sister about being a special guest. She declined, said that she didn't really want to do it, so that's fine, you know. It's fine. She wanted her own tarantula, and I offered her to look after mine for a bit, but it's fine. She doesn't see the point unless she's getting one herself, which is understandable, you know. She doesn't think she's going to get one for a really long time, though. But, you know, it's money-wise, so can't really blame her for that. But, yeah. I don't have much going on right now. Not much is happening. Same old weather. Same old UK weather. Unfortunately, no. Feeding, like I said. I don't have the crickets for that. But obviously this is a live stream, so I have to keep reminding people, like, I can't do it. For every new person that shows up, I know I said that it was going to be a feeding live stream, but there is no feeding going on, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But yeah, for those who are watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and like and subscribe. That'd be really grateful. I know that I don't post the greatest quantity of stuff, but my heart definitely is quantity, and I think my heart is the main goal of everything. So it brings even the crappiest webcam the most attention, and I think that's what's best about content, is putting your heart and soul into it, and that's what I try and do every single day. Even though I don't live stream every single day, I think that even when you're not doing the content, still putting your heart and soul into what you believe in is definitely something that's worth doing. Yeah. I think that'll be the end of this live stream. I have nothing else to go on about. No feeding. You've seen Ashley's new upgrade. Her new enclosure has not shown up yet. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Also, it's getting a lot colder now. For some reason, even though summer in 4 months is showing up, winter is still being a bitch. Very much so with the snow. Unfortunately, snow has gotten a lot more difficult for other people, especially in the Netherlands. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will take care, and hope you take care, and hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day today. If you are doing it alone or missing a loved one, just know that you're always loved, no matter what happens. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week, Sunday, 3 p.m. UK time. Be there and be square. And that's what people say, and I'm not sure entirely why. But yeah, see you guys next week.